All right, let's jump right in. For almost half a century, there's been one book that's basically the Bible for anyone looking for a job. I mean, the US Department of Labor calls it one of the most influential books ever. It sold something like 11 million copies. It's called What Color is Your Parachute? And in this explainer, we're going to break down why its core message is, believe it or not, more important now than it's ever been.
So let's kick things off with a pretty brutal number. If you're just blasting out resumes the old-fashioned way, what do you think your success rate is? It's just 1 out of 270. Yeah, you heard that right. For every 270 resumes you send out, you can expect one job. That is a terrible, terrible way to find work.
So, that leads to a huge question, doesn't it? We've all been there, right? That feeling of just firing your resume into a black hole day after day. It's so frustrating. If these old methods are so obviously broken, why on earth do we all keep doing it?
Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. The world changed, but the way we look for jobs, it didn't. The book points to 2008, the Great Recession, as the moment everything shifted. The whole landscape of work was just fundamentally altered. And that old roadmap we were all using, it's basically useless now.
And when you look at the before and after, the difference is just wow. Before 2008, right, a perfect resume was everything. It was your golden ticket. But today, your online presence is king. We used to have these clear career paths, but now it's all about fluid project-to-project work. And get this, jobs used to last for years. Now, even for people in their 40s, a third of jobs don't even last a year. And maybe the biggest change of all, HR used to be the gatekeeper. Now, your network, the people you know, they're the ones who hold the keys.
Which leads to this really crucial idea: Google is your new resume. I mean it. Long before an employer ever lays eyes on that PDF you so carefully crafted, they are Googling you. Your social media, your LinkedIn, comments you've left on forums, all of that stuff has become your actual first impression. And the scary part? You don't have total control over what story they find.
Okay, so this is where the whole parachute idea comes into play. Instead of trying to win a game that's totally broken, the book offers up this, well, it's a radical shift in thinking. It's a completely different way to approach the whole idea of finding work.
And this right here, this is the core of it. The traditional way is to look at the job market first, right? See what's out there, what's available, and then try to sort of squeeze yourself into one of those boxes. The parachute approach, it flips that completely on its head. It says you have to start with a deep, honest look at yourself first. You have to figure out who you are before you can ever figure out what you should do.
The tool the book gives you for this is something called the flower exercise. Just picture a flower with 7 petals, and each petal represents a core piece of your professional DNA. So, for example, one petal is preferred people environments. And that's not just, do I like my coworkers? It's about knowing if you truly come alive working with a big team, or if you do your best work completely on your own. Another one is favorite transferable skills. And notice the word favorite. It's not just what you can do, it's about the skills you actually love using. Maybe that's organizing things or doing deep research. Once you figure out all 7 petals, you get this incredibly detailed and, most importantly, actionable picture of what your ideal work life looks like.
Now, this whole self-inventory thing, it's not just some feel-good exercise, okay? This is a straight-up, data-driven strategy, and it will dramatically, and I mean dramatically, change your odds of success. Okay, just look at these numbers. The results are, honestly, they're staggering. If you just rely on online job postings, you're looking at a 4% success rate. If you're sending out resumes, okay, it's a little better, 7%. But what about starting with the parachute approach, doing that self-inventory first? A whopping 84% success rate. 84%. It's not even in the same league. This is the proof right here that the old way just doesn't work anymore. So, once you've done this work and you really know yourself, something incredible happens. The entire power dynamic of the interview just flips. It stops being this one-sided test where you're sitting there just desperately hoping they'll pick you.
The book uses what I think is the perfect metaphor for this. It says an interview isn't a sales pitch. It's a lot more like a first date. Think about it. It's a two-way street. Sure, they're trying to figure out if they like you, but you're also there to figure out if you like them. Do you really want to be in a long-term relationship with this company? When you know exactly what you're looking for, you have the confidence to actually ask that question.
And when you're in that dating mindset, you can start to hear the questions they're really asking. The stuff that's underneath the surface. And it almost always boils down to these 5 things. Number 1, why are you here? Like, why us? 2, what can you actually do for us? What problems can you solve? 3, what kind of person are you? Basically, are you going to fit in here? 4, what makes you different from the 19 other people we're talking to? And finally, 5, can we afford you? Seriously, your entire prep should be about having solid, confident answers for these 5 core questions. So, when you boil it all down, the real message of this book isn't about little tips or tricks for your resume. It's about a fundamental shift in how you see yourself and this process. It's all about taking back control of your own career search. And this right here is the key. It's so easy to feel like the job market is this chaotic, overwhelming thing, like you're just at the mercy of these huge forces you can't control. But the truth is, you are not powerless. There is one thing you have absolute 100% control over, and it's the most important thing of all: how you choose to search.
You know, the book makes this incredible point that finding meaningful work, it isn't some luxury, it's a necessity. It's about discovering the reason you were put on this earth. And that journey of finding the right work is, in the end, the journey of finding yourself. So really, there's only one question left to ask. Are you ready to find it?